All right, you guys have already heard this once in live chat today, but for those of you who are going to be seeing this in the YouTube video, hello everybody, welcome to Macanu Plays, where we are reacting to Epic the Musical, and now we are going to be doing the Wisdom arc. Possibly, it's still tied a little bit here, between this being my second, first, and third favorite. There are like three arcs that really hit me the hardest. This is one of them. I love it. I love this dynamic and seeing it build, and it brings back one of my favorite characters in the entire musical. Quoted has no idea what I am talking about in any of that regards, but I am joined by my boy Quoted, as well as a live studio audience that you'll see occasionally chatting above my head. And I am so very grateful for the opportunity to be able to share this with you all. Quoted just got done sharing his feelings that you guys will see in the last video. So we're going to go into this next one, and all I'm going to say is, Quoted, I'm going to tell you one character that this brings back. But you probably can guess by the name of the arc who it is.
Yeah.
We're going to be seeing Athena again. I've missed her.
I assumed so.
Best girl Athena. With all that being said, let's dive in. Oh, wait. I did a thing where I hit a number. Oops. This one is done by... Okay, I don't know how to say that name. Quoted. Help. Send help.
Duvet box?
Well, if it's... Isn't that how you spell duvet? But duvet is like a pillow cover, isn't
usually
it?
an N.
There's an N in duvet?
Only mistake, maybe.
I genuinely do not know.
It doesn't have a T at the end, I know that.
Okay, now I'm very curious. These names are hard for me. It could easily be Duvet. That's how I would think duvet would be pronounced. No, actually, duvet, D-U-V-E-T.
Oh. Duvet box? Okay, duvet box it is. Congrats, duvet box, for your name is being so weird that I am now confused.
I actually looked up the spelling. I just wanted to make sure because I was not positive on that one. This arc is going to be really fun. After the darkness of the last arc, this one I will say is a lot more upbeat and enjoyable. I promise.
It can't really get more fucked up anyway.
You want to bet? Anyway.
No.
Just wait till we get to the Ithaca arc. That's just pure darkness. Anyway. 7 years later. So this is 7 years after what happened on the island.
God, he's trouble to get there.
It's such a happy song, or kind of.
It's just me, myself, and I, stuck in my bedroom, living in this world you left behind, dreaming of all these monsters that I'll never get to fight. But boy, I wish I could, so I could bring the world some light. Cause I'm stuck with your stories, but no.
Are you able to guess who this is?
That's his son.
This is Telemachus, yes.
Wasn't gonna even attempt to say his name. Didn't remember at all.
Yeah, so this is Telemachus, and he grows to be one of my favorite characters very quickly. I love this kid. Like, holy shit. I just want good things for this guy. That's at the end of these 3 songs, you'll be in the same boat.
Yeah, there's it.
Also, Telemachus is one of the individuals that's planning to make a sound effect for. And you'll be able to tell exactly what I want to make a sound effect of.
No idea if you're dead or just too far. Somebody tell me, come and give me a...
Oh, God! Oh, should I talk about this?
I have no idea what you want to talk about.
Thank you for the follow, by the way. Some tip shit is about to happen to this kid, isn't it? I
can almost guarantee that.
No. The dog.
Yeah, I assumed it was something to do with the dog as soon as you stopped.
Okay. So, kind of a given gist, you guys, this isn't much of a spoiler, because I have already said that there is an Ithaca arc. Eventually, Odie makes it back. I'm not going to tell you when. Now, in the original story, this is, I believe their name is Argus? Argus. I want to say this is Argus. Let me double check that real fast. Odie's. And Horror's Odyssey. Yeah, Argos. Not Argot. Well, it depends. It's Argos.
Argos.
Argos is a loyal and faithful hunting hound that recognizes Odysseus upon his return after 20 years. Even through Odysseus' disguise as a beggar, Argus recognizes his master in a significant moment in the story, making the reunion a symbol of loyalty. However, after Odie returns to the shore and everything happens happens in that moment, it's said that Argus meets with Odysseus and he had long extended his life. So once he knew that his master was home, he laid down and died. So that's a little bit of lore about Argos. And that is like in the actual
loyal dog.
Yeah. No, he stayed alive specifically to make sure that he got to see his master come home.
I mean, you have to point out as well, dog years wise, like 7, it roughly estimates 7 years. They don't usually live past.
I'm going to cut you guys right off real quick. Just in the long form, Odysseus in total was gone 20 years. He had this dog, and this dog was loyal to him while he was the king of Ithaca. So this dog is well into its 20s in human years.
Well, it's like 7 years per.
Yeah, 7 years per dog. 7 years dog years. Yes. Mac, why?
Right.
Because the dog on screen made me think about it. Okay, Fiddles. And you want to know who told me this bit of lore about the this musical? By the way, quoted. Temmie did.
God damn it, Temmie.
Yeah, Temmie gave me this lore, and I'm like, oh, that's going to be painful to talk about. And I was
not surprised me as well.
I wasn't planning on bringing it up until like we were already at a point where we were in the Ithaca arc. But I saw the dog on screen, and I'm like, oh, shush, this would be a good time to mention it. We're going to backtrack and get back into the happy vibes, though.
Somebody tell me.
They made the dog cute, damn it.
If I fight those monsters, is it you I'll find? If so, then give me
sirens or cyclops.
Give me giants in a hydra.
I won't live in fate is scary, but I wanna be legendary.
I'll fight the harpies and chimera's. The minutes are even Cerberus. I know life in fate is scary, but I wanna be legendary.
It kills me every time. Legendary.
That is his child.
I want to make that a sound alert on the channel. I unironically want to make that a sound alert when people get bits or something. Or I thought about setting it up for when people follow, so it's not my voice anymore, but it's a legendary. I thought that would be hilarious. I'm gonna hear that again.
No life in fate is scary, but I wanna be legendary. There are strangers in our halls, trying to win the heart of my mom, but she is standing tall. 108 old faces of men who call me small. They keep taking space and it's not much longer we can stall. Cause they're getting impatient, dangerous too. And I would fight them if I was half as strong as you. Somebody help me, come and give me the strength. Can I do whatever it takes to keep my mom safe?
So, a little bit of side note for the commentary about the strangers in the halls. Upon Odysseus not coming home, a series of suitors from all around are all trying to get their hand at being the new king of Ithaca. And that's... Penelope's not giving anybody the time of day, like, at all. And they're starting to get pissed. For context, I felt like that might have been needed to be explained a little bit.
Makes sense.
If so, then give me sirens and a cyclops. Give me giants and a hydra. I know life and fate are scary, but I wanna be legendary. I'll fight the harpies and chimeras. The minutes are even Cerberus. I know life and fate are scary,
So cute.
but I wanna be legendary.
Where is he? Where is the man who loved you to wife? Oh, 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 where is he? Where is the man with whom you'll spend your life? Cause it's been 20 years and we still have no king.
Give me a chance, a single opportunity, and I'll overcome these obstacles and scrutiny. And
Boy.
This asshole.
Yeah, he didn't.
He gives freaking
Like,
scarred
you got the
villain
impression.
vibes the entire way through. Like when you first see him, it's like, oh hey, this looks like,
Yeah, Yeah, he's not winning any favor, any appreciation by the look of him.
Well, the funny thing was Danny Mata saw him, and he's when Danny Mata first saw his character, he saw Penelope, and he's like, dude, I see why he would go all this way to try and get back to her. Damn, Penelope, you're looking great. And then immediately upon looking at this dude when he first shows me on the screen, it's like, Penelope, freaking screw Odysseus, go for this guy. And then this guy pulls this shit and he goes, God damn it, my hubris, my actual hubris. Because this is how he introduces himself.
When's your tramp of a mother gonna choose a new husband? Why don't you open her room so we can have fun with her? Don't you dare call my mother a tramp. Oh, I just did. What you gonna do about it, champ?
I honestly didn't like the look of him the second I saw him, and frankly, not winning my opinion.
Yeah.
You
So
bitch.
remember we were talking about how Monster was one of my favorite songs for how the emotion was conveyed through the instrumental?
Yes.
The next song is one of my favorites for the emotion through the vocals, and specifically that we were talking about yelling the lyrics, like yeah.
Somebody tell me, come and give me a sign. If I fight this monster, is it you I'll find?
Oh, it went straight to the next one. This one is done by same person. Hell yeah. All right, Duvet Box. We got you hooked up for 2 in a row. I'm more concerned about who might be listening to Odysseus' son. Don't worry about it, Fiddles. All right.
I have no issue with that.
Huh?
The person who's listening to Odysseus' song.
Gotcha.
I think I saw who it was.
As far as it goes, this beat
Well
is
designed.
so good. Fight Little, this is the name of the song is Little Wolf, and it is so catchy. This one might be one of your favorites. I can see it happening. Yo, Potato! Just spectating. I appreciate you being here. But welcome in, everybody, to Little Wolf.
Fight, little wolf, fight, wanna entertain me. Bite, little wolf, bite, let's see how you take this. Strike, little wolf, strike, wanna be a man then. Fight, little wolf, fight, little wolf, fight. You've made your worst mistake here. Might be your last one too. You'll have run out of bones to break when you and I are through.
I hate him, but he is smooth as shit when they give him the mic. I'm just saying. I like a man with a scar. Yep, I saw that coming. He has a hell of a voice. The guy who voices this guy, who's clearly like the villain here in this area, but they gave him such a good voice.
They did.
That's not why I like the
I don't
song,
know
though.
I'll teach you all the lessons your daddy never could.
Bitch.
This cruel world doesn't give out presents just for being good.
So, fight, little wolf, fight.
Wanna entertain?
Respect for biting him, by the way. I didn't remember seeing that in the first time I watched the animation. Didn't call him a little wolf, he'll gnaw on your arm. I always said I'd end on the wrong side. I mean, yeah, that's fair. Did you say something quoted?
Yeah, no, I was just thinking, they had actually set, and in the song already, a fight and bite Little Wolf, so.
Yes. Okay, that I didn't.
Feel
Yeah,
like
that is
it.
fair.
Good, so fight, little wolf, fight. Wanna entertain me? Bite, little wolf, bite.
There you go,
See
yeah.
how you take this? Strike, little wolf, strike. Wanna be a man, then fight, little wolf, fight, little wolf, fight. What? Die, little wolf, die. Don't you know it's vital? Fly, little wolf, fly. Or because you had to try, little wolf, try. Run away before you die, little wolf, die, little wolf, die.
Oh, it's about to get so good. Like, the first part of the song is great, don't get me wrong, but it gets so much better right now.
Please do.
I hear owls. We're gonna let this. I'm not gonna interrupt this next part. I'll pause when I do. There's the piano. Yes!
What's going on here?
Is your plan to stand around, 'cause I suggest you fight back.
I don't know how.
Uppercut him, now.
Whoa. How did I do that? Is time now moving slow?
No, I just made your thoughts quick.
Whoa, that is so sick.
I love this dynamic so much. I'm sorry, I'm nerding out over here. It's so cute though.
Really nice. So, I do find it a little bit strange that Athena has scars on her face. And I feel like that's if we found this person's interactions of earlier clips, where Odysseus and her fought, I imagine those are probably from Odysseus, which I find even more entertainment.
True, that's fair. But I want to say the reason why I love this song so much, one is their interaction, but you can see how Athena's grown over the years. And it may seem strange that humans' interaction is why she's grown, but like if you recall from Warrior of the Mind, when they were talking about them being friends, and she's like, I'll be your mentor, not sure about a friend. In this instance, like, she's immediately kind of coming at it from a more friendly perspective, not nearly as much as a hard ass.
Yeah.
Grandma Athena's helping out her grandson.
Because I feel like this feels from our earlier discussion about the between Athena, the two songs where we did the song twice, the two different videos of
Yes.
Athena and Odysseus' fight. This one kind of feels more like what it would be a continuation of the one you preferred.
Yes.
Not like I disagree with it. It does feel more like a continuation from there.
It feels more like her emotional side. Like she actually kind of took on the motherly role. Yeah. I love this more like emotional side of Athena. And like Telemachus over here is like, dude, I'm invincible now, which is adorable.
It is.
All right, we're gonna play this back. There's gonna be a part where I know I try to pause these and talk and everything else. There's gonna be a part that I will not interrupt when it starts happening, and I will pause it at the end. We'll talk about everything, but there's like a solid chunk of this that needs to be heard without pausing because it is so good.
All right.
I just made your thoughts quick.
Whoa, that is so sick.
All right, now, let's try this again.
Also healing his wounds for round 2. Just saying.
Go.
I've no respect for bullies, those who impose their will. I've seen plenty enough to truly understand this kind of filth. Let's teach this dog a lesson in front of all his kind. One young wolf has a larger heart than all these men combined. Fight, little wolf.
So this is where I'm going to pause right before it happens. I love that they make at the beginning, fight little wolf was like to be this insult. They're degrading him. They're putting him down. But when she says it's a term of endearment, something to be proud of. I love how the lyrics change just because of the singer and the energy.
Really does. It makes it really insinuate as well. Like anything can sound different when you think about it.
Yeah, no, Athena comes at this with such a good energy, and I love every second of it.
Fight, show them that you've got some fight, little wolf, fight. Take advantage now and strike, little wolf, strike. Don't go down without a fight, little wolf, fight, little wolf.
Right here.
Oh, maybe I pushed you a bit too hard.
Maybe I pushed you a bit too hard. But no, I love that fight. Like the fucking yelling fight through that entire chunk. I can't fathom what that does to your vocals, but oh, it sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine why she's kind of seemed surprised by it. Because she's always been with warriors, trying to like push warriors. This is Odysseus' son. She probably immediately thought was stronger than he very much is.
Oh, well, there is that, and there's also general consensus of like the person she might be misjudged the person he's going up against, because to my understanding, like this particular suitor is like some level of a warrior badass from wherever they're from.
Oh, I imagine something along those lines.
Athena, you nearly made him murder a man. No one would have complained. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, I'd just cheered him on. First kill, be that guy. Let's go for.
Yeah.
Ow.
Oh, he's bleeding from the head. He hit the ground really hard.
Go back and cry in your corner.
Dude, screw you. You got your ass kicked for a chunk of that. I'm just saying.
Make
It's
sure
probably
you're
just,
mine.
it's probably just a lot of superficial things. So I don't have to. I agree, but definitely never really fell.
No. Got him bleeding, though, which is more than enough in my book.
Oh yeah, definitely is.
Other years, if she won't choose a man to adorn her, will bring blood and tears.
Piece of shit.
Tell me, Athena, why you came to my aid.
And that goes straight into the next song.
Ooh.
So, thoughts on Little Wolf?
I like it. I like the. I feel like the biggest implication for it is how it came from being a target of bullying to being able to fight back.
Probably why
I
the
feel like
song
it's
hits me
good.
so hard is I was the one that got bullied a lot. So seeing that comeback is just so good for my heart.
Yeah, no, I fully see that. It's definitely the kind of song. It's a good song. I don't know. I had no real lasting impression besides. It might have just been because of a high disdain towards the guy,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't have as much connection to the song. It just felt a bit repetitive.
Okay. I'd be curious what you say next week when we reconvene to do this again, if your opinions changed after you got a chance to listen to it a couple more times. It was kind of funny. Danny Mata, the guy that does a lot of really funny reactions, has been talking about like the songs that he's like, yeah, you know, the first time I listened to the song was kind of for me, and now a week later I'm like listening to it on repeat, wondering what the hell happened.
Yeah, maybe it will be something that like I'll be able to listen to more on a repeat.
I will say,
Not
Little Wolf
something
wasn't my
sad.
favorite when I first listened to it. I dug it. I dug Athena coming back, but when I first listened to it, it didn't leave much of an impression on me either. But like I said, I've listened through this musical so many times that whenever the song comes on, I'm like, yes. But this, we're gonna peak off with more happiness. Like this is like as weird as it may sound, this is like the happiest arc in Epic for the most part. With another happy song, or at least another good emotional song. And this one is also done by Gigi. I like that Gigi keeps coming
Hey,
back.
Gigi's back.
So this is going to be going from the conversation on the balcony right where we left off, except I think in this one they're like in a different location when they talk between the different artists. But yeah, this is them immediately continuing from the question, why did you come to my aid?
Nice.
Oh, it's on the balcony still.
Athena, why you came to my aid.
I had a friend before and he was a lot like you. I helped him fight through war, but he had his demons too. And then we grew apart. Then his light went dark.
That is just a line and a half. We grew apart and his light went dark. That could mean so many things with the way that this musical uses wordplay.
Indeed, I do really like how she specified that they were friends, though. So it really does like hammer down how much there's
He
like
meant to her.
the fight. Yeah,
Yeah.
like this puts a whole new perspective on that earlier song. So it was definitely like it probably wasn't immediate, but I do feel like it was a huge attack on her.
I think it opened her eyes.
Yeah.
His words meant something to her.
Yeah,
It wasn't just her student that was talking to her, but it was somebody that she grew to care for, which is something as a god probably she hasn't had happen that many times. Because like Athena is a very no nonsense kind of god in a lot of ways.
yeah.
I wouldn't say she's as cold hearted as Demeter is in a lot of ways, but like she is definitely has her level of stoicism.
Let's not really dig into it because obviously in this story she's not too troublesome. But there are a couple of stories of Athena being a bit temperamental. Medusa.
Let's not talk about Medusa. Let's not talk about Medusa. Oh God.
Arachne, another one.
Okay, everybody has their moments.
Look, just be a guy, and she probably won't screw with you as much.
Yeah, probably.
I'm not too sure how to feel about that, but hey.
It is kind of funny. She helps Odie and she helps Telemachus. Does not give a shit about Penelope though.
You say that, but
She's
like,
training the sun.
The entire reason Telemachus wants to get stronger is for his immediate family's issue,
Yes.
which is obviously his
The
mother's
suitors.
situation with these guys.
Mm-hmm.
And generally speaking, it's never insinuated that she did have a dislike for Penelope. It's just that
Oh no,
Penelope
there's
was
nothing
never a
that hints
friend.
at that. It's not like she came to Penelope and be like, "Hey, do you want to become a badass shield maiden or something?" I know, different mythology there with the Vikings, but still.
I mean, yeah, I mean,
But we'll continue.
yeah,
This is a very happy song at the end of the day, and I'm very excited for you. After what happened in the last couple of songs that end on a high note, so we'll let it play a little.
And so I thought maybe if I'd made a different call, maybe if I hadn't missed it all, maybe he'd be fine. Maybe we'd unwind.
I said it was happy, but it's depressing at first, okay? But she does make note of the fact that if she makes if she made a different call, would things be different? It's at least she's at least not so resolute in her decisions that she's like, oh, I did everything right. Not even close does she think that.
Yeah, but I do like to point out if he did listen to their biggest fight, he'd probably be fine.
But if he would have listened to her in that moment, she would have held on to her resolve that she was correct, and she wouldn't see people as something worth empathizing with still.
Definitely not going to disagree there, but bottom line, biggest issue, biggest dumb mistake he ever made.
She told him not to. No, I agree with you. I just, the way that they organize the story, it definitely feels like...
I'm not going to disagree at all. I do think it's
like
one of the only reasons she's started getting like a mental connection.
Well, yeah, so Odie ends up becoming more like Athena was, or the way that Athena wanted him to be, and Athena becomes the way more that Odie was when the journey started, is what it feels like. The open arms mentality, trying to help people.
Maybe if I help another soul, maybe if I helped you reach your goal, life could be that right. I could sleep at night.
That's a heartbreaking thought that an actual god could not sleep because of the actions that they committed on par with a mortal. Like, she is so broken up about what happened with Odysseus that she legitimately hasn't been able to sleep at night.
This is 7 years later as well. That's a lot of
sleepless nights.
I love not sleeping.
Yeah.
For God, especially.
From an army of insomniacs in my community, we feel you, Athena. We feel you.
I don't think we've all done that much combined.
I mean, my entire teenage years was literally sleeping 2 hours a night because I couldn't. So maybe not to Athena's level, but I was pretty far gone. Like, my brain didn't work right at all back then. That's why I'm so messed up now. Anyways, get sleep when you can, kids.
Don't worry. I did the same thing. Don't worry, Mac. We're doing fine as adults.
Wait, so I'm mentally deficient and you're alcoholic. We're doing great, Quoted. This is fantastic.
I remember staying up like 3 days straight just so I could play games with you in America. I made problems for myself.
You do make problems for yourself. I appreciate you making problems for yourself, but yeah. All right, we're gonna get to the happy part now.
Please.
Athena, I don't know who your friend is. I don't know what he's like, but my time with you's been splendid. The best day of my life, cause I got in a fight and I didn't die.
He's so happy.
Nice, my man. That's a very low bar, but I appreciate it.
Even her eyes are like, are you okay? Are you okay? Do you need to talk about something too? I got to fight and I didn't die. That is such a lie.
You also have to consider the fact that, I mean, he said he doesn't know who the friend was.
No, he doesn't.
Obviously, in this one, she did look at a picture of him.
But there's nothing directly saying that he has an idea who it was. Yeah, no.
But yeah. But I think it's like, even even if that was a small hint, he doesn't know his father.
No, he was an infant when the
There's a
father
whole
left.
bunch of things going through her head. Like,
But
oh
it's
shit.
like this kid really need this is fatherless behavior right here. Yeah, no, I can see you needed a dad, dude. Damn.
I've never felt strong before.
You know, I want to hear that
in my life,
again.
'cause I got in a fight and I didn't die. I've never felt strong before. You're my friend, I couldn't ask for more. And so I think maybe if life wasn't spent as planned, maybe it's time that you lend a hand. I don't think he'll mind. If not his friend, then mine.
I forgot that was in this animation. Singing, like, Athena is acting like the mother right now, and the fact that it's like, why is he on that ledge? Immediately falls off of it.
Damn it.
Athena, I think Odie's kid may be a hill or two away from the family. This kid, like, he just wants to do good. Oh, we're gonna back that up. I forgot she joins in this well. This is so cute.
You're a good kid.
Thanks.
It's so cute. Oh, my heart. So after
This is officially my favorite version of Athena.
right? Literally, Gigi does so good with Athena every time. But in a general sense, Gigi doing it, the song itself, like literally, just like listen to this little lilt in her voice. You're a good kid.
Good kid.
Thanks.
You can hear the person singing have a smile on their face when they say it.
Yeah, they do.
It's so wholesome. Oh my god. So,
The best day of my life, 'cause I
got in a fight and I didn't die. Such a line. That needs to be a sound alert on the channel. Yes, the leaf
Remember.
speaks. That's quoted.
Yo,
All right.
I am the British leaf. That is a
So
maple leaf.
we have done
I'm
2
also a
arcs
Canadian.
today now, and the second arc quoted. What were your thoughts on the Wisdom Saga? As far as it goes, technically it kind of continues into the next 2 songs. But this is kind of the Wisdom Saga cutoff point that I'm going to make for this video.
I really like that last song. It's definitely my favorite out of the saga.
It's so
Those three.
good.
Legendary is
Let's-
cool.
Mhm.
It's 100% a child's like ambitions, dreams, and love of like wanting to see his father and so forth. Fully
I'm
see
just
that.
real quick.
Second one,
I'm gonna, after you finish, I just want to play this one last part back that I just love when she cuts in on. Continue. I feel like I need more happiness in my heart right now.
Little Wolf was really cool. After the halfway point, I fully felt the story, and I really liked when Athena kicked in and it built up him.
Mm-hmm.
Last song, this one, Will Be Fine. Felt it, loved it. Will listen to it again. Once I'm able to listen to this entire thing, it will be the one I play the most.
I can see that. I'll be very curious because there's gonna be another character in the next song, and the next arc is technically 2 songs. It would be 3 if we do it, because God Game is gonna have 2 different animations that we're gonna watch. We're gonna watch the Gigi and the Neil. Since it's only 2 arcs that are 2 songs, and that arc is how I'm gonna split that up. That's how I think it'll make the most sense to do it.
Okay.
And both animations are worth a watch. Uh-oh. That always concerns me when that happens. On my side, it just said reconnecting to chat. I'm like, what? No, don't break. So yes.
Yeah, no, I still hear you, so that should be fine still.
Thoughts?
Um,
In comparing this one to the previous arc, did you get more enjoyment out of the Suffering Saga, starting it from Scylla, or Wisdom?
I think I preferred. It's harder to say that because "We'll Be Fine" is a song I think I'll rewatch almost as much as I do like The Thunderer, simply
Mhm.
because it's more feel good though, not because it's the better song.
Oh, absolutely
know what I
feel
mean.
good. Yeah, no, Thunderbringer is epic and intense and very deliberate. And like you said, Zeus feels like the guy who voiced Zeus, they went for it. They projected their voice and they were aggressive and they were kind of seductive with it too.
Every song in the Suffering arc was very much a stable and strong point.
Mm-hmm.
And so far, of every song so far, the only one I feel like Little Wolf is the only song where I could cut half of the song out and I think it was fitting in.
Okay. I think because after I've listened to it so many times, one of the things I love about Little Wolf is just hearing the subtle differences between the tones. And even like the beginning of the fight, Little Wolf, fight, when it's demeaning, even that becomes catchy in your head. And not even in a negative sense, but like it's like something you can tap your foot to. It's fight, Little Wolf, fight, Little. I'm going to point out, by the way, that song, that beat is going to come back, but not in the way that you'll expect. And it's something that I will actually have to find the TikTok to explain properly. But that's going to come back after we finish the musical. There's like 4 TikToks on my brain that I want to show you when we finish this musical that are going to be very interesting.
Yeah. I think one of the bigger things that I think the biggest reason I have issue with Little Wolf is coming back to the whole bullying situation of it. Because obviously you had a thing where you were the target of bullying and then
constantly
you felt the entire situation. I was a little bit the target of bullying, but a lot of people I was around were the target of bullying, and that's why I think it irritates me more, because I would always be the one to try and stop that sort of shit. And that's why I felt like, just somebody do something before I punch you.
And boy, did it happen. For me, it's Thunderbringer, or my favorite, Ruthlessness is Mercy. Yes. So in a line of the names of the songs, technically it's just Thunderbringer and Ruthlessness, but I fully appreciate you going all in on the title. And also don't forget your other one, the deals that you always say that you like, which is Keep Your Friends Close. Can't say the title, you gotta sing it. Fair enough. Yeah, as we were saying, love Little Wolf for the bully reasons. I like Telemachus. He's just a good kid. He is one of my favorite characters. Even if he doesn't get a lot of screen time, he is one of my favorite characters. Easily. He's just positive. He's not selfish. He's not, up his own ass. He's just trying to do good.
He feels like Polites with time. He's Polites with screen time.
His Polites, yeah, exactly. Polites with screen time. And like I said, this whole dynamic here, this whole thing right here, this dynamic that forms is so cute. And I will say, this dynamic that they're building right here actually comes into play in God Game as well, in a line that is so good. I'm sorry, Gumrack, we are on my recording scene for YouTube, so I don't have sound effects on this one. It's just so we don't have things interrupt what we're listening to. All right. So that was the Wisdom arc, everybody. I love it. It is a really good arc. It's uplifting after the mountain of depression that you go through. So as far as it goes, thank you so much for watching. The live is going to continue, but this is where this video is going to end. And the next time you guys see a video, the next video that will be coming out after this is going to be us tackling the God Game arc, which, I mean, technically is like the end of Wisdom arc and doing God Game. We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna do God Game twice, and then we might do the love song after.
What the hell is that?
There's 2 songs that are about love, but quoted, we're gonna get a character that you will, if you like Cersei, I think you like this character too. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. If you made it to the end, thank you so much for watching. Please click one of these 2 videos, and if you'd be so kind, like and subscribe. Take care.